Melee champions like the Lisa and the Xin Zhao. We've talked about this so much. It's one of his best champions.
Head back towards the Rift Scuttler. So nothing really to worry about here in the early stages. As Facebreaker is going to connect there. Ghost tries to find the zap onto Vista. Haymaker going to be avoided as the Chompers are down. Vista going to get stunned, but otherwise doesn't take too much as on Fleek. Right place at the right time as this wave is crashing forward to see whether these rockets are actually going to be enough.
They have no vision on him.
Yeah, Zap is going to go entirely wide as well as Ghost flashes himself out of the way. Vista still with turret aggro, almost dies, but doesn't as Effort has to flash to get himself out of the way as well. It was navigated beautifully. They're almost too greedy, but first blood does go to Hanwha
And you know, we're going to see a little bit more of blood up here first.
Yeah, flash forward. Canna puts him in the smoke screen, and now he has the upper hand. Couple more autos. Flashes now down from both, as there's the quick draw first. End of the line is most definitely that, and Canna will be able to take even more as
terrible.
The wave is crashing.
Yeah,
Plate Gold still going over to Nongshim, as we can see, as OnFleek does manage to get his Grump, and BDD now with the inside track, looking for the Xin Zhao, does get himself to the correct side, but look at this, it's a great scatter, but BDD is still dead, manages to take one on the way out, flashes away from Karis, he will still likely die, but that looked so sick. Effort also getting a kill off to the back end, but it's a 2 for 2 and one that looked pretty cool.
Oh, it's a 2 for 2 that looks very cool. It was also very close to disaster there for BDD if he gets picked. Going to very easily collapse onto this. Now, Dread can't really look for a kick play here. He doesn't have flash either, so they're just kind of sitting here dead in the water, and this is going to be a free Herald. I think collapsing now would be super risky, and I think ill-advised. Look at all the vision they have, too.
Yeah, Dread actually thinking about maybe going for a potential steal or something like that as Canna dives on forward, gets his face broken though, and immediately will blow up. Dread now has to get out, and I'm not entirely sure what that play was.
Objective fights, and only time will tell how well he's going to hit those skill shots, but if his true shot barrage is any indicator, it's a good look.
Well, here's the curtain call, and it might just be curtains for Ghost as he gets underneath the turret, but is still just going to get popped. I love how OnFleek leaves that for SumD to pick up, and good night, Sweet Jinx, or at least get themselves an extra plate. They do at least get that plate, but they'll trade for a whole bunch more.
Yeah, this is the real. I mean, the thing is, they also waited the maximum amount of time, too, so many of these minions are deleted. So it means that Ghost is missing a little bit of CS on top of losing his entire turret and all
orbs around, but otherwise not too much to worry about. As OnFleek, he comes through and just steal this one away. Not going to be able to do so just yet. Went down to 83 health. There's now Dread, safeguards his way out. And so that is going to be the highest successful here for the Nongshim Junk here. See whether OnFleek does decide to go for any sort of steal attempt, as Dudu is making his way in. But now it's Hanwha Esports' turn to be a little bit late to this party. OnFleek full health though, and now finds BDD. The flash immediately comes out, and this boy is absolutely huge. The Syndra taken down immediately, and the Superplex is massive. Facebreaker's brilliant as well. The Vista maybe a little bit early as Dread is going to be able to finish him off, but now OnFleek finds him on the back end. Canna trying to get some work done, but the end of the line may not be it for Hanwha Life. It might be it for Canna instead, as now the back is going to come through and goes desperate to try and get himself out. It's not going to work, as Gravity Field also not exactly going to do it, but Dudu still has his ult, by the way, guys. As, okay, Flame Chompers are good, and Dudu might die. Nope.
just barely going to get out of there. That's the ace.
This set pick really, really working beautifully. Super Mega Death Rocket almost.
Very close. Camps and get on top of Syndra. You have the Tryndamere, you have the Xin Zhao. So I'll hold that thought for a second here as the Rift Herald is dropped. But if you get any of those on top of the Syndra and then Jin pops his ultimate, like how does BDD fight? He either has to walk out of the fight or die.
He does make it out, as Ghost could be in trouble. Wind becomes lightning, does connect. However, the turret is close enough, and BDD also there. Great dredge line to come through. Depth charge as well under SumD, but he just stands his ground in effort. He's too far forward. The rest of Hanwha rotate beautifully as the curtain. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, but that's fine. Just celebratory bullet. Not really a forbidden book this game either, given the fact that there is so much lifesteal being built by namely Canna.
Completely different scenario than the last time we had Kana on this Graves. A little bit more consistent peel and longer term damage. Kana's going to hope for this one.
Yeah, looks for it. Gravity Field not exactly in the right position. As Chaos Storm, let's see whether it works. Morellonomicon being put to the test here as there's Flash, follow after Flash. One more auto and Canna will be able to do it, and he grabs the shutdown. Nicely done from the Graves. Canna gets the outplay very nicely. Hanwha would just brute force, move on in. They will be able to grab this dragon. All 5 members in that area.
It's pretty huge. Vista's able to just pick up fruit.
Yeah, free.
And Dread way on the other side.
Yeah, and especially when one of the tanks, I guess, is a DPS that can go immortal. As Effort's going to get flashed on here by Vista, smacked into the wall as well as Dredgeline does come through. His flash on cooldown, as that's a great scatter once again. Chaos Storm will end up finishing it off with the help of the Wind Becomes Lightning, as Canna trying to fight this one out against Dudu. The Chicken's there doing a fair bit of work, as now Dudu has finally pressed that ult button. Can he get the auto? And he does so. The flash is going to get employed. Canna just barely away from his flash. I thought it was Hex Flash for a second there, but it wasn't. That was just trying to flash forward. Looks for it, doesn't quite get it, as now Dread's in trouble. Goodbye. And that is the jungler dead. Super Mega Death Rocket avoided. It was Vista actually body blocking to make sure that one doesn't happen. And another great Baron here from Hanwha Esports, and the curtains have been called. PDD absolutely nowhere he can go. The last shot will do it, as now Ghost smacked down by Vista, and that is an angry Annie, almost an ace.
You don't have that damage throughput as over here.
Meanwhile, another fight. Canna 1 versus 4. Not going to be able to do it this time around, I don't think. So he's just going to try and get out of there. Chaos Storm almost finishing him off. And there's the flash forward from SamD. Man, he's feeling himself now. As On Fleek is taking a lot of damage. And you could hear Sanke in the background there just yelling out, SamD! And yes, absolutely. That's what we should be talking about, as he will help take down this inhibitor turret on the bottom side of the map. And Hanwha Esports looking for that reverse sweep. Again, it is the Tryndamere story as well, up against the Graves. Now it's a 3-1 as far as that matchup is concerned, assuming that Dudu is going to be able to win this out. He's trying to walk this one off, and it will be the Super Mega Death Rocket that secures it in the end. And now Nongshim trying to chase down Hanwha. On Fleek goes in to try and see whether he can grab something in the end. This curtain call is doing so much damage. Oh, the last shot not going to land though.
Super minion wave, so it will be fine, it will be returned, but Hanwha Esports buying a lot of time now.
That's the kickback onto Karis. Depth charge comes in, as now Canna looking for his opportunity. See whether he can actually get the work done, as SamD does move on in, gets himself the deadly flourish, and Canna is going to get taken down at least to his shield bow. Karis takes a lot of killing, but will eventually go down, and manages to take Effort in the meantime. PDD needs to actually hit the buttons. He doesn't manage to do so in time, as SamD moves on in to get rid of him. Dread is actually doing what he needs to do, which is denying this Infernal Soul, but Vista is going to make his life harder. I don't think this is really going to be able to do too much.
I mean,
the smite button is going to be a big deal, but SamD has decided that he wants to just finish the game. Yeah. He's going to get a lot of work done on these Nexus turrets.
And this is what you're looking for here, is Hanwha. Yeah, okay, you wanted to contest me on the Drake, that's fine. I've got a Tryndamere walking down mid, and he's got ultimate coming online, so he just clicks on the Nexus and presses R, and that's GG.
Trump is enough to save his life in that moment, but now the full brunt of Hanwha Esports are coming down. Vista, great face breaker, finds BDD, and he's taken down first. The curtains are most definitely being called, as man, that deadly flourish is also absolutely fantastic. Ghost now running for the hills, but that is the wrong direction, my friend. The Haymaker will help secure it, and the Nexus will be taken down. Another upset as Hanwha Esports take down Nongshim RedForce and really check them. Damn, SamD, what a pickup for this squad.
Oh yeah, really feeling that LPL